Hello YouTube, Outlaw 2747. One, the only original. And oh man. You know what? This is just going to be one of those rants where it's just like you see something and you start reflecting upon it, and then it's like, what is going on? I mean, there's so much asininity going on at one time in this freaking country, especially Philadelphia. It baffles my mind at how stupid people are. They're so freaking dumb. I mean, I have a cognitive dissonance with people. See, I believe that, I put it this way, I can't stand humanity, but I do like individuals. But at the same time, I still respect them. And by that, I mean, if you're walking around and you're doing your own thing and you're not bothering anybody, I'm cool with you. I have no problem with you. I mean, you know, if you get drunk in your own home, fine. If you, if you get off on freaking car porn or whatever, something weird like that, fine. That's on you. I don't care. You know, but when you start stepping outside of your house and you start messing with other people, which unfortunately a lot of people do, I have a serious problem. A lot of people just can't keep their crap to themselves, and it's sickening. Especially here in Philadelphia. I'm looking at, I think this is Philly.com, where they take some of the major stories from a lot of the main papers in Philadelphia and the surrounding area, and they consolidate them on the one site. I kind of wonder how the newspaper companies feel about that. I mean, seeing as how people would rather just look online for the articles instead of reading the papers, but that's another matter. Like, for example, there's a story today about vandals destroying $2 million in equipment in northeast Philadelphia. Why? What is the point of this? Like, let me see. I'm looking at this, and it's very vague. It doesn't tell exactly what the stuff was. They don't even know who really did it. They just know that there was a bunch of equipment, you know, probably cranes and freaking tools and all this stuff, porta potties, and these guys just ran in and just ransacked the whole place. Like $2 million to $3 million gone. I was like, you idiots, do you realize what you're doing? When you destroy construction equipment, alright, not only are you affecting the businesses and stuff, but you're also affecting the city. And then, and you know, let's face it, Philadelphia is not the most angelic city ever. I mean, we do have some corrupt people. So, they're going to look at this and be like, well, since these people want to destroy things, let's just raise taxes. I mean, sure, it's a bit of a scare. Maybe it won't happen, but it's possible. They might look at this and say, well, we're going to have to raise taxes on this, or we're going to have to implant new laws. A reason why the police and all these other legislative bodies create all these laws and everything, because stupid people do stupid crap, then people overreact, and then they create more stupid laws, and then now all of us have to suffer because a bunch of idiots who have no kind of home training whatsoever want to go around and start jacking everything up. What is the point of this? There's so much to do in frickin' Philadelphia you could be doing instead of destroying $2 million worth of equipment. It makes no sense. These people just destroy, they just shit where they eat. It's ridiculous. I found another story. This one's in Chester. Which is not too far from Philadelphia, for those of you who don't know. Okay, Chester is a little city that apparently it's not that good either. I mean, it's not as dangerous as Camden or in sections of Philadelphia like Kensington, but it's still pretty much a place you don't want to, like, chill out at night. But here, we have these 4 girls in custody from Chester because of a brutal beating. They beat up a mentally challenged woman. Now, why? Well, let me see. It doesn't look like they even have a purpose of doing it. It just says that one of these, they're teenage girls, by the way. One of them just hit this woman in the head and threw her to a sofa. About a half a dozen girls. But they caught 4 of them. I mean, they just punched the shit. They don't give out any reason why these girls actually did this. And then have the nerve to and then it's posted on Facebook. I mean, I'm not sure if they did it or somebody else did it, but either way, what is the point? Why would you, I mean, did this mentally challenged woman, like, invade your house and take your freaking fake hair and stuff? I mean, did she insult Jersey Shore or basketball wives? I mean, what does she do? I mean, did she critique your shitty clothing? What did this woman do that was so horrible that it required half a dozen girls, about 4 of them, to go around and beat this woman up? What is wrong with these people? There is something in the water in Pennsylvania, at least in southeastern Pennsylvania. I don't know what, but it needs to go away. Like, somebody needs to really research what the hell is going on here. I mean, there's other news on here. Let me see. I think there's one about, yeah, that poor little girl who lost her mother. I think that's what it is. I'm trying to see if I can find it. But, oh man, like, if you guys who don't live in Philadelphia, just look at Philly.com and all the crap that goes on here, it's scary. It is downright scary. Here we go. Mother shot dead. Daughter, 5-year-old, injured. Why? Apparently some guy was just pissed off at the world and just decided to shoot this woman. As far as we know, she was defenseless, and this kid. And the worst part is this happened not too far from me. Like, I live a few blocks from where this happened. Let me see. She came to pick up her boyfriend and let me see. It looks like, does she know this guy? See, I didn't read this whole thing yet. I just heard about it. 23 shell casings. 23 shots fired at this woman and her child? Are you serious? I mean, holy... Oh, man. This is depressing. This crap is depressing. Why should this kid have to suffer? What did this child do? And I want to know what this woman did that was so bad that he had to fire 23 rounds to kill her. I mean, what kind of a punk is this guy? I mean, if this woman did something so bad that it warranted him attacking her, he couldn't punch her in the face or anything. I mean, not that I'm condoning that either, but geez, how big of a coward do you have to be to use a gun and 23 rounds to shoot a woman and her 5-year-old daughter? Holy crap! What is wrong? Oh, man. Oh. And then we have people committing suicides on the trains. Like, they said SEPTA, which is the public transportation in Philadelphia. They said that SEPTA has seen a rise in people just jumping in front of trains. I mean, people are getting depressed. People are getting pissed off. I mean, what the heck is going on here? This city has lost it. I did a report. I did a bit of research on, why crime happens in Philadelphia. And I looked at, during my research, for this paper in school, I looked at the Philadelphia Police website, and I looked at the statistics. And of course, statistics are not always accurate because not everything gets reported. But so far, what's been annotated down in these statistics is that, and maybe this has been going on for a while, but at least in Philadelphia, the main victims and perpetrators of crime at the same time are African American males between the ages of 18 and 25, I believe. And I work near, I work near University City where there's a lot of colleges, and once in a while we get emails on reports, on crime reports and stuff like that. And most of the time it's some guy with a gun, and I'm just like, what is going on? Why are you people so pissed off? I mean, I did research on the poverty and the illiteracy rate and all this stuff, and some of these things are correlated, but still, it's like, I would like to believe that no one's mind controlling these people to commit these horrible crimes. These girls beating up women on the street, these guys shooting kids and whatnot. I mean, and then to top it off, and this isn't just a Philly thing, now, you remember that video that these guys made, this cartoon or movie? No, it was a movie, I think, about violent Muslims or something like that. I didn't watch the whole thing. I just saw clips of it, and it's just completely horrible. Like, I don't even see why anybody would take it seriously. But yeah, apparently these guys got pissed off, you know, these fundamentalists from wherever the fuck it stand, and then they attacked the U.S. embassy in Libya and killed the ambassador and 2 guys. So now apparently they're still pissed off. So what do? Apparently they hacked or attacked all the major banking companies in America, like PNC. I think Citizens and Wells Fargo may have been hit. I mean, so far I heard it's been every major branch. I know of mostly PNC. But yeah, these guys, I mean, I'm not sure of the whole details. You know, they went through all this technological stuff, but they basically just attacked these sites. And the banks are saying, yeah, your money's fine, your money's safe. They're just putting in all these crazy bots and everything and messing up the whole system. And apparently it's due to these cyber terrorists or whatever, you know, from whatever the fuck is stand, that are just pissed off. They're still mad at this movie, so they decided to say, okay, let's go jack up all the banks. You know, so I couldn't get on my freaking profile. I couldn't get on my freaking online banking today because these guys are angry over some crappy movie. I mean, seriously, get over yourselves. I mean, I'm not saying that, I'm not condoning that this guy made fun of Muslims and Islam and all this stuff, but at the same time, everybody and everything gets made fun of. And if you're that pissed off that you gotta attack an embassy, you gotta start shooting people and blowing stuff up and launching RPGs and messing with people's bank accounts who probably support you, which is weird, but people do. You know, people who agree that the movie was made unjustly. That's what I meant by support, really. Not the whole blowing up thing, but you know, not making the movie. Yeah, you're gonna attack all those guys? I mean, what the heck? This is ridiculous. This world is gone nuts, but Philadelphia especially. And I really want to know what they're putting in the water or what they're putting in the food or something. This is ridiculous. And really, as far as, I'm not sure about what we can do with the jackasses overseas who are pissed off at us. But here in Philadelphia, no, here in America, if we want to fix things in America, one of the things we need to do is we need to check ourselves and check our children. Because it all starts with the home. It starts with your little nephews and nieces, your little brothers and sisters. It starts with your kids. And if you're going around teaching them all this crap, well, here's the problem. Actually, these kids aren't being taught anything by their parents half the time. They're listening to Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj and Plies and all these other jackasses in the freaking media. You know, these people who don't know anything besides how to make money, how to manipulate the sheeple masses out there. You know, maybe if we actually sat down with our children and tried to teach them some idea of right from wrong, because right and wrong is subjective, but you gotta get somewhere, you know, and encourage these children to do well in school, and encourage these children to get these decent jobs out here. There are jobs out there, it's hard, but they can get them. Maybe we wouldn't have so much of this gun violence. Maybe we wouldn't have so much of these freaking little teenage brats going around beating up mentally challenged people. Maybe we wouldn't have all these freaking idiots voting for presidents and stuff because of skin color or how their hair looks. All this other asinine crap that goes on in this country can be stopped because of you, but you people don't want to stop it because you want to run around and get iPhone 5s where you can't even afford a decent meal. Other than that, I really don't know what to say about this shit. I mean, I could go to Philly.com right now for the past week and probably find like 30 things, and yes, I hit the camera and it showed, and I could probably find like 30 things, maybe more, about what's wrong in just Philadelphia alone. Philadelphia alone. I don't even want to know what Camden's going through. I don't even want to know what's hitting Atlanta and LA and New York and Baltimore. And I heard even Milwaukee is gone to hell. That's crazy. It's too freaking cold to be acting up there, but people are doing it. In Detroit, I really don't want to talk about Detroit. I'm scared to even look at their news sites to find out what the heck's going on. But people, seriously, we need to get it in gear. We need to deprogram ourselves from this media nonsense. Things that are telling us to go out and shoot people. Things that are telling us to vote for presidents because of asinine crap like their hair or what kind of phone they own or stuff like that. Yeah, you know, the voting thing does have a lot to do with what's going on with a lot of what's going on in these cities, because if we're voting for idiots in office, they can't fix anything. You know, because I hate to say it, as much as I don't like government, we kind of do need them in some ways. They're supposed to keep some sort of a leash on us, a reasonable leash, but that ain't happening. And it seems like none of us want to take responsibility for what's going on. We're all like, huh, I'm fine, those guys are jacked up. You know, I know my faults, and I'm doing my best to fix them. And one of the things I'm doing, I'm making sure that my two little cousins don't turn out to be like these jackasses out here using guns and knives to steal iPhones and to prove some asinine point and destroy construction equipment because they're pissed off and bored. It starts with the little ones. It definitely starts with us. And we need to kick it in gear and stop being media possessed and brainwashed by these stupid TV shows. Stop putting so much stuff on sports and video games. And I'm a gamer and I'm saying this. Stop putting all this praise on video games and sports and crappy movies and stuff. And let's start actually thinking and reading and taking care of what we need to take care of. I'm done. I really don't have anything else to say about this. I mean, you guys can check out Philly.com if you want. You guys can tell me, let me know what's going on in your city. And better yet, to help me out, a little bit of a personal thing, because I'm going to be doing my, my segment on questioning people. Well, no, not questioning people. People asking me questions. Let me know. Inbox me. Like, what are your ideas of, you know, making this society better? And I'm thinking about making a video about, I mean, I probably technically already just did. Somebody inboxed me asking me, what can we do to make things better? I think I'm going to make a more in-depth video about that. I'm going to still do that. But, ask me questions, you know, about what's going on in Philadelphia. I'll be willing to answer anyone's questions and put them up on YouTube, and I'm also willing to discuss about what to do with this stuff. I mean, even though we're not government officials, we're not police officers or security officers or, excuse me, any kind of authority, there are things that we as the people can do to prevent this vandalism, this terrorism, and this violence. There are things we can do. Let's talk about it. That's what we need to do. I can sit here and complain all I want, but if we don't talk about these things and find solutions, these things are just going to keep happening and happening and happening. Awareness is not enough. We need discussions. We need solutions. Let's hear it. Outlaw 2747 signing the frig off. You guys take care, and please be on the up and up with your kids.